Good morning, everyone. Like usual, we'll wait maybe 30 more seconds for people to start joining. Make sure you have something to take some notes on or something open on your computer upon which you can do that. We're going to start off class with a warm-up today as if you were here, and then we'll get moving from there, okay? All right, we've got 20. $21. It's not bad. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Obviously, you guys remember, I think it's homeroom today. So today's a little bit different. We go a little bit longer. Going to go ahead and take over the screen here. And we're going to take a look at the Empire of the Assyrians to start off today. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to watch about a 4-minute clip to start off class. So I need you guys' undivided attention. And then you're going to be responding to the following question. So I went to modules. And then I went down to week number 4. And you're going to see the date today is the 18th. You're going to see 8:18 warm-up, the Assyrians. I click on it. It's got a link to the video that we're going to watch. It's a little bit of a TED Talk. And what you're going to be responding to is this. Watch the quick YouTube video over the Assyrians. In the text box below, type 3 unique aspects of civilization that separated the Assyrians from the previous civilizations that we've talked about. So really, how did they add to the River Valley civilizations and maybe even to the civilizations that you're researching? If you are researching the Assyrians, or if this is your topic, this is a good one to really pay attention to, okay? Everybody's going to respond below. And again, this is your participation points for today, which is 5 points. And so I will get started. Let me see if I have anybody else. Nobody else looks like they're coming. Okay, does anyone have any questions before we get going?
Zoe's trying to come in, but it's not connecting for her at all.
You said Zoe? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try sending her a unique link here. Never mind. I'll tell you what, I will send her a message separately from my phone. We're going to go ahead and get started on this video. So I'll give you a couple minutes to respond after we watch this, but it's pretty good. And then this can give you guys a hint of kind of where we're going with the other ones too, if you're wondering where your research is going to move towards. All right. Oh, there we go.
Before the sun never set on the British Empire, before Genghis Khan swept the steppe, before Rome extended its influence to encircle the Mediterranean Sea, there was ancient Assyria. Considered by historians to be the first true empire, Assyria's innovations laid the groundwork for every superpower that's followed. At its height, in the 7th century BCE, the Assyrian Empire stretched across modern Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, and parts of Turkey, Iran, and Egypt. Its wonders included a vast library and large botanical and zoological park. But the story of Assyria's rise to dominance began many centuries earlier, in the late Bronze Age, in a city called Ashur. Ashur was a tin and textiles trading center located along the Tigris River in northern Iraq. It shared its name with a god thought to be an embodiment of the city and later of the entire empire. For the administration-minded Assyrians, politics and religion were closely linked. Around 1300 BCE, a high priest named Ashur-ubillit I took the title of king and initiated a tradition of military campaigns, effectively transforming Assyria from a city-state to a territorial state. This meant that a single administrative entity oversaw many places, cultures, and peoples. For the next 150 years, Assyria extended its reach and thrived. In the 12th century BCE, a mysterious catastrophe that still bewilders archaeologists caused the Assyrians to lose much of their territory. A few hundred years later, however, Assyrian kings began a new round of conquests. This time, they honed their administrative system into an empire that would last generations. Assyrians were military innovators and merciless conquerors. During their conquests, they used siege tactics and cruel punishments for those who opposed them, including impalement and flaying. The growth of their empire was due in part to their strategy of deporting local populations, then shifting them around the empire to fulfill different needs. This broke people's bonds with their homelands and severed loyalties among local groups. Once the Assyrians conquered an area, they built cities connected by well-maintained royal roads. Often, when a new king came to power, he would build a new capital. With each move, new palaces and temples were erected and lavishly decorated. Although kings claimed absolute power, we know that an extensive system of courtiers, provincial officials, and scholars influenced affairs. At least one woman, Samuramat, ruled the kingdom. Assyrian rulers celebrated their military excursions by having representations of their exploits carved into the walls of their newly built palaces. But despite the picture of a ruthless war state projected by these records, the Assyrian kings were also interested in the cultural traditions of the region, especially those of Babylonia, a separate state to the south. Babylonia had been a cultural leader for millennia, stretching back to the beginning of writing at the end of the 4th millennium BCE. Assyria saw itself as the inheritor and protector of this tradition. Assyrian rulers supported scholars in specialities ranging from medicine to magic, and the capital cities, like Nineveh, were home to elaborate parks and gardens that housed plants and animals from around the empire. One of Assyria's final rulers, Ashurbanipal, sent scholars throughout Babylonia to gather up and copy ancient literary works. Ashurbanipal's library took the form of clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform in the languages of Akkadian and Sumerian. The library was lost during the final sack of Nineveh in 612 BCE, but thanks to a 19th century archaeological excavation, many masterpieces of ancient literature, including the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Babylonian creation epic, survive today. After centuries of rule, the Assyrian Empire fell to the Babylonians and Medes between 612 and 609 BCE. Yet the innovations that the Assyrians pioneered live on. Their emphasis on constant innovation, efficient administration, and excellent infrastructure set the standard for every empire that's followed them in the region and across the globe.
All right. I know some of you are like, "Oh, this is boring. Why is he showing us this?" But again, the Assyrians, most people don't really talk about them very much. They set up this huge empire, had very cool cities, etc. What I want you guys to do is type in here, so I know you were paying attention and, kind of analyzing the characteristics of civilization with this particular empire. Type in 3 unique aspects of their civilization into a text box here and reply to this discussion, okay? You will find this again under modules. Go down to week number 4, and it should say 818. That's today, okay? Go ahead and do that now. It's 8:42. I want to give you 4 minutes. 8:46, I want to get started again. All right, guys, I've got 8:46 here. A couple things you guys found interesting. Feel free to raise your hand using the chat function or the participant function. I want at least 5 things we picked out as a class that was unique to the Assyrians. Okay, sooner we get this done, the sooner you guys can work on your projects, and I can explain a couple more things that I want to see. So, 5. Help me out here. Come on, folks. Don't be bashful. There's plenty of things. All right, Ian, what do you got?
They really emphasize continuing to innovate, unlike a lot of other civilizations, and they wanted efficient administration and good education.
All right, education, administration, and technology. That's like 3 things. That's pretty good. Okay. Anyone, all right, somebody posted they had a large library. Yeah, a library, would that be considered a public work? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's meant for everybody. Good job. Thanks, Diamond. Thanks, Zarab. Yeah, so that's meant for people to, those who can read or learning to read to go in and get a level of education. Cool. What else did you guys find interesting? Anything else?
They had royal roads.
Roads. Ethan, why are roads important?
Because that's how you get from place to place.
Yeah, sounds like common sense, but it wasn't always common sense. Okay, good. Anybody else? Do you guys know what their legacy is? This was a TED Talk. So TED Talk is meant to get you to see kind of a different side or a different perspective. The legacy of the Assyrians were that they were just warlike and killed everybody. Yeah, that's what they were talking about, their punishments, like flaying. You guys know what flaying is? It means you take a knife and you flay the skin off somebody. It's pretty gruesome. Okay? So the Assyrians were notoriously very harsh when they took over neighboring people, according to history books. But then when you look at what they actually did, when we watch this video, they were actually pretty tolerant and they learned from other people's too. Okay, we're going to be looking at a different one each morning. I want to go into our project just a little bit here. So I uploaded this to Canvas, but I want to show it to you as well. So this is the new project outline right here, the new project guideline. And I went ahead and put page numbers here. So if you remember right yesterday, you guys, this was what you selected. So if you forgot what you selected, I'm showing you right now on the screen. Okay, Olivia, Diamond, and Brennan, you just got a big favor there with the YouTube link. Obviously, you can cite that if you want to. Nathaniel and David, the Hittites aren't in this book. They were in my old book, and they're still pretty important. There's plenty of information out there, but everybody else, the other 7 civilizations, you need to make sure you read these page numbers and cover that information that's in the textbook as well. Okay? So, for example, Zoe, Francesca, Kennedy, Chris, and Brooklyn, you had the Persians. The Persians are covered at the end of chapter 3, pages 56 to 59. Make sure you have that covered in your 9 slides. Okay? The other thing that I didn't mention is on your pictures on your slides, if you want to get full credit, you need to make sure you have captions. Okay? You need to make sure you have captions on your pictures so that that way people, when we're going through them on Friday, we know what we're looking at. It's not just some random thing, okay? And then the last thing, so page numbers here, captions. And the third thing I wanted to remind you of was the fact that you need to have a title page, and that needs to have your name and period number on it. Okay, title page with name and period number, and put some pictures on there. Try to make it look professional. We had one person who did their project yesterday and turned in already, but you could tell that they did it in 30 minutes. Okay, That's not what I'm looking for. All right, so we got about 25 minutes left. That's half the class period. I need you to stay on here until I take attendance, and then you can get out of here. And I want to, if anybody is here on here today and they were absent yesterday, I need you to sign up for a civilization. So I'm going to ask that I tossed that attendance sheet. Shucks. I'm going to ask that you stay on here and pick one of these that isn't full, that's on the screen right now, and tell me which one you might be interested in studying, okay? And creating your Google Slides. All right. That is about it, guys. Let me take a good look at the participants. And what I'm going to do is get a screenshot of this. All right, awesome. All right. Everybody's free to leave and work on your project. If you have questions, I'll be here. My video will be off. And then if you were not here yesterday and you need to pick a civilization, stay on and sign on with me and ask any questions, okay?
Bye, Mr. B.
See you guys. Thanks for your participation today.
What chapters is mine on? I'm Zoe and Francesca.
Joe
What
and
chap-
Francesca,
like,
you guys, that's at the end of chapter 3.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good question.
Mr. B,
Yes, sir.
I need to get signed up for one of these.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
what we got left is Babylon, the Hittites, one is for Assyria, the Phoenicians, or one for the Cushites.
I'll do the Hittites. That's all I remembered.
The Hittites.
Yeah.
Okay, and I spelled it wrong. There we go. Oh my gosh. One second. It's annoying me that I've been having trouble spelling this the whole day. Or yesterday too. Hitt. No, I had it right. Here we go. All right, you remember the Hittites
Yeah.
from what, middle school?
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool. Not too many people know much about them. You sure you don't want the Phoenicians?
Actually, yeah, I'll do that.
So the sea trading people, they're pretty cool actually. They did some neat stuff. You can find some good stuff on YouTube and just searching the web, and there's a little bit in the textbook you want to look at. Okay. All right.
thank you.
Jacob Dirks.
Yeah.
Jacob with a K. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. And then the project is on there, and I just looked at it, but follow the guidelines from here. And you're gonna basically put down their 8 characteristics of civilization, and then an extra fact or detail that makes them unique, and then a title page, and then a picture or a symbol on each page, and then a caption saying what it is. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't plagiarize, and then have a works cited page at the bottom. And you don't have to use MLA
Okay.
format right now. You can just use the source you got it from. No wikis, no blogs, no Wikipedia.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Get going on it. We have tomorrow, you're going to have to turn in. There's a research sheet on Canvas that looks like this. You're going to need to turn this in tomorrow for 10 points, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Where's that at?
That's on Canvas. Let me pull that up for you. That is in week 4 module, and it says week number 4, Middle East civilizations research.
All right.
Mr. B,
Yes.
I'm on like where in Canvas, I'm on the page where you're supposed to write, but it won't let me like type and put the information in.
Which all right, so are you on the research page?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to, so once you click on that, on the top it should say download it. You need to download it first and save it as something else, like save it as your name,
Oh, okay.
like world history week 4, and then put your name in it, and then you can type on it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good question. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the share if that's okay with you guys. But you guys can still stay on and ask me questions all you want. Kanan, do you have any questions? Oh, all right. Tim, you got any questions?
No.
Okay, you doing all right?
Yeah.
Good. Let me know if you need anything, all right?
All right.
All right.